Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our xCite presenter today, Heather Kennedy from KIS Accounting and Bookkeeping Professionals, to present to us on no such thing as too much tech, but only if you use it right. Technology is everywhere. For some, our eyes light up when we hear about something new, while for others it triggers that sinking feeling of overwhelm. How do you make the most of all the amazing technology out there? What is out there? When to say no to something new? Find the answers at this xCite. Unlike many of our species, Heather loves change. To do the same thing day in, day out is not for her. The thrill of learning and implementing new things is what makes Heather thrive, which is why she loves what she does every day in her business. Heather is the founder and manager at KIS Accounting and Bookkeeping Professionals. She's a published author of a chapter in the book Rise Above, Beyond Ordinary. She's on the board and treasurer of the Kids Wish Foundation, Need a Feed Australia, and Digger Drop Off. And she's the new director of the Illawarra branch of Business in Hills. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Heather Kennedy.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Heather Kennedy from KIS Accounting and Bookkeeping Professionals, and my topic today, which is something I get excited about, is technology. So technology is everywhere, there's no doubting that. Some of us, our eyes light up when we see the latest thing, and others just get that feeling of overwhelm and go, oh my God, not something else new. So how do you make the most of the amazing technology out there? What is out there, which is what I'm going to spend a fair bit of my time showing you today, and when to say no to something. So that's what I'll be talking to you about today. So, why do I cringe when I hear about the next big thing? We live in the age of technology. Being in business can be overwhelming. So, just what we have to do all day, every day, sometimes we just wake up in the morning and we don't want to get out of bed. It's overwhelming with everything that we have to do. And naturally, human beings are change resistant. So, we don't like change, it's part of our anatomy, I guess, or our build, and we don't want new things coming along. Every day there is something new, and it can all just seem too much. So that, I guess, is the main reason that people don't like technology and kind of look at it and just go, oh God, something else, I just don't want to know about it, and close their eyes to it. So, what we have to do, it's all about balance. So we have to find the right thing. So that's really important, to find the technology that's going to help you in your business. So you need to look at the points of your business that you can see have things that are stopping them from working how they should. So anything in your business that you feel like, oh my God, every time this happens, it holds me back, this isn't fast enough, this is taking up too much of my time, this is costing me too much money, all those sort of things. Look at those things, and there's that much technology out there these days that if you study each one of those bottlenecks, I suppose, in your business, you'll find that there's something out there that's going to help you with it. So that's the first thing, is looking and saying, well, what do I need? Like, what's causing me problems? What do I need? And try to look for those things. And only do it when you're in the right frame of mind. So if you're feeling exhausted, you're overwhelmed, there's too much happening at the moment, then it's probably not the right time to be exploring new technology. But if you're in the mood, if you're in a good space, not in the mood, but in a good space in your business, you're feeling okay, then, as I said, look at the things in your business that are lacking and see what technology is out there. And when you do, focusing on it and implement it properly, because there's, again, so much stuff out there, so many pieces of software and hardware, all sorts of things out there. And a lot of the time when I'm speaking to other people, especially in my industry, and they say, oh, I don't like so-and-so, when you have a conversation with them, they literally have just played with it, had a quick look at it, and it was all too hard and they haven't set it up properly. So if you're going to do something, again, you need to be in the right frame of mind, find that right thing, and then focusing on it and make it work and implement it properly. If you do that, it'll solve your problems and fix that thing that you knew you needed fixing. So give it time to give new things time to work. So again, it's all about the implementation, but also once you have implemented it, giving it the time to work for you. And don't make mistakes, a big one, of flitting from one new thing to another. So there's lots of new shiny things out there. Don't just flit from one to the other and never really get any of them working properly. So again, you go, oh, I tried that and I didn't like it. Oh, I tried that and I didn't like it. Oh, yeah. You've got to really focus in on that one thing, make it work for you. And then, again, when you're ready, find the next problem and then you can move on to something else. Okay, so the main thing I thought today that I would do is just focusing on some of the technology that I love and that helps me. So, some of my favourite devices. So, for me, the number one thing here is double/triple screens and more. Again, I've got colleagues who use 6 screens, so 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top. And in that same note, we've got the double trio laptop screens, and I brought one of them along with me today. And basically, this second screen attaches with magnets and can be taken anywhere. So that was literally life-changing to me. So when I got that screen, I've actually got 2 of them, so I can make it into a triple screen like the one you can see in the picture. But yeah, it changed my life because I like to work in different places, so I don't like to just at my desk and work. So even within my own home, I work in my office sometimes, I work in my lounge, in my recliner, I work outside in the nice sunshine. And the problem I had was that I could only do limited work when I was in those other places because I only had one screen. And for me, one screen is just takes it takes so much more of my time. If I've got 2 or 3 screens, I'll work 2 or 3 times faster than if I've only got one. So having something that I could attach, take anywhere that I wanted. I can go sit by the beach now and have 2 or 3 screens and do work. So it's just been life changing for me, and it's productivity. And don't. If you have a team of people working for you, make sure they've all got 3 screens as well, 2 screens at least. And also make sure they've got it now if they're working from home, because again, we've now got a new environment where a lot of our staff work from home. Great, you've got 2, 3 screens not filling in the office, and you say, yeah, no problems, you go home and they're sitting on a little tiny laptop. And you're wondering why they're not as productive as what they are in the office. So if you're going to send staff home to work, make sure they've got the tools they need at home. Obviously, things like printers. It's amazing to me how many people have sent their staff home and haven't given them a printer. But 2 or 3 screens so they can work productively. Another little favourite of mine is the Remarkable. So I brought that with me today as well. So this goes with me everywhere, kind of thing. Every client meeting, it goes to my conferences with me. And yeah, it's just a little piece of hardware. I can password protect it. And basically, I can keep all my notes and things on it. So just like a computer, I can create folders, which I've done there. So I've got a folder in there called BX Networking. So I go into that, and then I've got one called Meeting Notes. And then inside of that, you can keep each of your notes. You see all these things. And you're just writing, just like a normal, it feels like writing on paper. It doesn't feel like you're writing on your phone or writing on a screen or something like that. It just feels like you're writing on paper. And you have multiple pages. And unlike a piece of paper though, you can do all the things you can do with a computer. So I can use the cut and paste on this, and I can grab a whole chunk of stuff and cut it and then move it somewhere else. Put it into a different notebook or just move it further down and go, no, I want to write a whole lot more stuff about that in there. And you can create, this is just an ordinary page that I've created here, but you can create to-do notes, you can create, there's all sorts of different backgrounds that you can have. So again, when I go to a conference, I'll create a folder for the conference, I'll create a page for each of the different speakers, and I'll write my notes about them, and then I usually create a to-do as a separate one, where I put everything really important that I pick up from that conference, and I whack it into that one to-do thing. So at the end of the conference, I've got a little list of to-dos of things I need to do after my conference, which again makes the conferences much more productive. And it's light, you can carry it everywhere, and it's also one of the things that they promote about it is that it's non-distractive. So it's again great for a team. So if you've got a team of workers and you give them one of these, it's perfect for that because they're not going to be able to go onto the internet, they're not going to be able to look at their Facebook or look at their messages. There's nothing here, it's just a book, a piece of paper, and all they can do is listen to what you're saying and what the meeting's about and take notes. So very much recommend my Remarkable, use it heaps and absolutely love it. What else have we got on here? Okay, so let's say I'm trying to Galaxy Fold, so this is one of those little phones that flips out and undoes. So I got this a while ago before I had this one. I was an iPhone person, have been for years and years. But when I saw the Fold, I've watched it for a while and went, I really love that. Waited for iPhone to do one, haven't done it yet. So I went, I'm just going to have to switch. So I did the conversion from iPhone to Samsung. It's actually amazingly easy. Just about everything went across, just like it would if I went from one iPhone to another. And it works pretty much the same as what I'm used to, so it wasn't a hard changeover at all. But the thing about this is I can use this as both a phone, but also as a mini iPad. So I had an iPhone and I had a mini iPad. Now I've just got the one of them, and I use it for both things. And I can watch videos on it. I actually wrote today's presentation, so I did the PowerPoint presentation on my phone on the train while I was going up to Sydney the other day. So you can't do that on your phones. And my little smartwatch. I was going to try to be really clever and connect it so, because you can do this, so that I could have changed the PowerPoints with my watch. But it just didn't work just then, but that's me, not it. But the great thing about this, I'm tracking on my sleep. So I had a stroke at the beginning of this year, and I'm watching my blood oxygen and all that sort of stuff. So I sleep this at night, and it's tracking my breathing and my sleeping and my blood oxygen levels and all sorts of things. So as well as all the normal things like answering your phone and doing all that, it's amazing. I love it. So that's my gadgets. And the final thing is, so the software. So obviously I love cloud accounting. I'm an accountant and bookkeeper, and any cloud accounting software I love. My favourites, QuickBooks Online and Xero. Then we've got Payroll PayPay. So if you're looking for an absolutely fantastic, intuitive payroll program, PayPay is it. Receipt management, so that one I use both HubDoc and Dext. I haven't got time to show you all these now, they're on my computer if you want to look later. But there's a picture there on the screen of some receipts that have been scanned, and then you basically take a photo of the receipt, it uploads it, it interprets it, and you just make sure everything's okay, and then sends it across into your accounting software. And all your bills and all that sort of stuff goes through that as well. So no more paper, everything's just on your computer and accessible by your bookkeeper. Task management, another huge important one. There's a lot of them out there. I use one called Carbon, which is mainly for my industry, but it's fantastic. Asana is another really good one that's a general industry one. Again, life-changing. We just know exactly what's going on. We can assign tasks to each other. Every email that comes to us, assign a task off it, and it just makes life magic. I'll just really quickly show you this one. Okay, so Zapier is another big favourite of mine, and what it does is it connects and automates. So it works with thousands and thousands of different apps. So if you've got an app that does, say, QuickBooks, that does your accounting, and you want it to connect to your task management system or your engagement system or your CRM system or whatever else, you use a little program called Zapier, and you do it. So what this is a little, this is my client management process basically. So we use Google Forms, the client fills out their Google form. As soon as they do that, Zapier steps in and it goes on and connects to Slack and it notifies the team, so to speak, when you leave. It also Zapier steps in again and it syncs to ActiveCampaign, which is our CRM, and fills out that lead information. Zapier steps in again, it sends out an automatic email to the client to say thank you for filling it out. And again, it steps in and it creates a contact in my task management system. Then hopefully the lead responds. So this stuff is you've got to do it yourself bit, manual stuff. Oops. Yeah, so then we get an appointment. Then we fill out another more detailed client form using Google. Zapier from that form automatically sends out a welcome email to the client. It also sends out necessary forms, so if it's said that we're doing their VAS, it sends out their borrowings, all that sort of thing. It syncs the customer to my engagement system. It syncs the customer to my accounting software. It updates the contact in Carbon, which is my task management, with more information. It sends an email to my office manager, tells her the miscellaneous tasks she's got to do, sends an email to me saying I need to create an engagement letter. Finally, I then create the engagement letter and that then syncs across to my task management again and creates all the tasks in the new job. So basically, with the help of Zapier and the other accounting software programs I just mentioned in there, nearly all the work, which is quite time consuming, was one of the things that we looked at as being a problem. So it was really time consuming to set up these new clients, and if you don't set them up and do everything properly, you're not going to have happy new clients. So we've got it all automated now and it works amazingly. So yeah, I think that's pretty much that. Sorry, let's go back to the screen. The final things I've got is some security, so I've got a great product called Practice Protect and also Dashlane, which is fantastic for saving passwords. Yeah. We've got my engagement software, Ignition, cloud storage, use Google Drive, and I get electronic signatures using Adobe. So that's just a little handful. I could speak about this stuff for like hours and hours and hours, but that's a little handful of some of the cloud software technology that's helping us, and some of the hardware technology, and there's just so much out there. So like I said at the beginning, I'm very much a fan of technology. Thank you.
Wow, thanks. Hey, Heather, I actually saw when I went to a conference and somebody had those Remarkables.
Yeah.
And they are remarkable, perfect name. But he also mentioned that when you write it up, that you can actually then get it down and it actually types it out for you. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. So you can handwrite it, and then you can send it. Well, it automatically, as soon as I write in that, it automatically goes through my computer and my phone and everything else. So if I just want to, if I'm on the train and I've got my phone with me and I want to see a note I wrote the other day, which I did when I was running this presentation. I've done some notes on Remarkable at a conference. Wanted to see it, so just go on my phone and there it is, it's in there, I can see it, then I can see it on my computer. But you can also take that next step then and convert it to print. So it's like any other thing. I mean, my writing's pretty terrible, so it's not going to, the better you write, the easier it's going to interpret. But honestly, there's been a couple of things that I've interpreted, I've done the interpretation and turned it into an actual printed document. But most of the time, I'm just using it for notes.
Yeah.
And it's just, cool. It's leave it as it is. So.
Okay. Any other questions?
That was good, yeah. Are you allowed?
Other than where do you get the,
Yes.
the screens to go on the laptop?
Yeah, they're on online. Like, well, for me now, if I go to Facebook, it jumps up in the advertising. I can overlap. But yeah,
Office works.
I can tell you where I got this one from. I'll look up the name in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so there's a few different ones out there now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome.
they are life changing.